all of our members for the third episode of Barmy Army Meets. Barmy Army Meets is in partnership with Opening Up. Opening Up promotes mental well-being and suicide prevention through cricket. They deliver sessions with clubs and offer resources online with a focus on positive mental health. Since 2014, they've been saying it's not weak to speak and encourage conversation on what is such an important topic. Be sure to check them out at openingup.com. The reason for my little laughter there is because I've had a special guest on for the last 5 minutes and he's just hung up on Skype, so we'll call him back in a minute. Hang on. Just calling him back in. Nothing like spoiling an intro, Liam.
Yeah.
How are you? We've got you live now on screen, but I'm just going to carry on with my little intro and then we'll rock and roll into it. All right. So just want to thank everyone who's working on the front line, our key workers, the NHS members, and people stacking the supermarket shelves. You're doing a grand job for the country, and we want to thank you from the Barmy Army. So we're all still cooped up in isolation. We've brought you another cricketing hero. If you haven't seen Sam Curran or Mark Wood, be sure to check them out on the previous episodes. But tonight, let's get to it with this man. You got it? Liam, thanks for doing this for the Barmy Army, mate. It's very kind of you. How are you holding up in isolation?
I'm good, mate. I said I can't complain. Obviously got up to God's country in Yorkshire before it all kicked off down in London. So it was. I'm home in Harrogate, so yeah, I'm cooped up, but can't complain. Plenty of fresh air, plenty of space to work out, all that good stuff.
Good man. You've been doing lots of working out and bike riding. I've seen on your Instagram. I've done a few workouts myself. I'm hoping to get in some sort of physical shape. Thought I'd follow in your footsteps, but you seem to be working quite hard at it.
Yeah, I've reined the cycling in a little bit because I thought to myself, I was doing it and I wasn't coming across anyone, obviously up in the hills and stuff. But as I said, if I fell off and I was 30k away and an ambulance had to come out, you know.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah, I started to do more, obviously around locally, and I've got like equipment in my house. So I've stuck to that the last couple of weeks. So
good man, good to hear. And obviously recently married last year, is that right? And your wife being American, you're also apart at the minute.
Let me think. What date we now? Yeah, a year and a half ago now. But yeah, yeah. So it's really disappointing. But she's healthy. She's working from home. She's keeping herself busy. Her mum's close by, so it's nice for her to be around family. It would have been great to be with her, or she was here. But we're both healthy. Families are both healthy. That's all. What's important right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, she's American, and obviously in the recent press, it has been raised that Cricket America have got in touch with you wanting some advice. Is that right?
I think what it is going forward is I see myself moving to the States. My wife's obviously happy there. That's her home, and obviously home's where my wife is, mate. So if I can go across there, first off, I want to play for as long as I can here, county cricket. I want to play for Surrey and try and win trophies. And if I still get a nod for England down the line, happy days. If not, I'm happy trying to win, I said, trophies with Surrey. But speaking to you a little bit earlier, obviously doing the strength and conditioning courses and that kind of stuff. And if I can go across the States and work with people and do some sort of job there and spend more than 3 months a year with my wife rather than being in 2 different countries. So
yeah,
that's obviously I want to keep in cricket. I want to keep in it's a sport that I love, and I feel like I can give back.
Good man, nice to hear. And for all you ladies out there that have been messaging me this week asking me if he is single, he is a married man, and he does take care of himself quite well, and he has got a nickname of Hunky Plunky. If you haven't heard the podcast we did with Liam about a year ago now, be sure to check it out. The shackles are off on our website. Now, we'll get straight to it. So the members are going to ask questions. Get your questions coming on the live stream. We'll ask him as many questions as we possibly can within half an hour, 40 minutes. We've already had quite a few questions come in, so we'll start off with one that was sent in from Adam from our database. He said, as the Barmy Army are famed for touring, we're all about touring and people. Can you name your favourite tourist that you've been away with?
Favourite tourist?
Who you'd most like to go on a brand new tour with if you could today?
I don't know. When it's just the guys, and I think Woody's good. Mark Wood's actually really good. Everyone knows him. He's a good guy.
Good
But
value.
Wokesy as well. Chris Wokes. Thing is with me and Wokesy, we just find, or even a few of the boys, you just try and find out the local coffee shop, which is the nicest coffee shops and stuff. But
Yeah.
I tell you, it's really good fun is Mark Saxby, the team masseuse. We come across Sax. He's been one of my good friends for a long time. We went on our first tour together. When he's not busy, because he's a busy guy from morning through night when the guys are ready, getting ready for the game and after the game. But he's good to go touring with. He likes to put himself out there, and he's great crack with it.
Quite right. And your first tour, that's quite a long time ago, isn't it?
It was after the 2005 Ashes, Pakistan. Yeah, Pakistan. I think because obviously Simon Jones had got injured, then I sort of took his place. So I went in the squad instead of him. So yeah, it was a while back now, mate.
Quality. Very good. Career pro. Now we've got a message from Darren. So when we were at the World Cup up in Durham, Mark Wood made a song up for you on behalf of the Barmy Army, Who Are Liam Plunkett. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I've heard it plenty. I heard it every day when Woody walked past me. But yeah, he's trying to get that a stick, and then the Barmy Army took it and sang it. Yeah, it was good fun. Obviously, that whole World Cup was amazing, and stuff like that just made it more, give you more memories of it.
Yeah, we saw obviously when it was your birthday in isolation recently, we put the post out and it brought back a lot of good memories for a lot of people. That World Cup final, what a day.
Your classmate. And obviously, I remember that bit. It was obviously during my spell when I took a wicket, and I think I was a deep square leg to Rash or something like that, where you guys were. So yeah, that gave me a massive buzz, mate. It was class. Yeah,
it's quality, very special day that'll live long in the memory of many fans that were there. We were lucky to be there as well. Now, leading on to this question sent in from Karen, she's asked, what's been your favourite memory in an England shirt so far?
I think we've just been speaking about it. It's got to be World Cup final. I think obviously making your debut and playing in like games that you win, but to win World Cup final, which we've never done before as the men's national team and the 50 over comp, to win that at Lords, to go down to the Super Over was amazing feeling. And that's going to be my favourite game of cricket. If I played in a game that's better than that, I'm not sure what that's going to be, mate. It's going to take something to top that.
Yeah, absolutely. And someone has actually asked about that day at the World Cup final. They've actually, the question doesn't say where it came in from, but after your crucial spell in the World Cup final, did you think you might have got a call for the Super Over? What was going through your head at that stage?
No, it's not. I've bowled in all parts in my career, but I don't really bowl like the last couple of overs. I know a lot of the other guys are better bowling Yorkers and death than me. So I thought there was going to be Jofra, if not Wokesy.
Yeah.
So I never really, to be honest, mate, it was going so quick. I didn't know what was going on. It was happened so quick, and then obviously we batted, and Jofra got the nod, and he was downstairs. A bit like a baseball game. He was getting ready, and like the bullpen, he was bowling to a mitt, and he was good to go. And first ball was given as a wide, but it was an unbelievable wide Yorker, so he was nailed in.
Yeah, it's quality, wasn't it? And did you watch the watch along on Sunday? Was it?
We did. We had a few drinks. We had a Zoom call with all the England boys and watched it, which was class. So living back that memories, and I've watched clips back, but I've not watched the full game through. I wanted to sort of give it after the World Cup. The first couple of weeks you're always seeing on TV, but clips. I've not actually sat down and watched the whole game. So it was actually great to do it with all the guys in and out on Zoom throughout the day. People going off, coming back. So it was really good fun.
Quality. I think one of the lasting memories for me watching that was seeing how quickly when you got out, you got back to your spot on the balcony to sit in your lucky spot. Was it that kind of day? The superstitions flying all over?
I don't think it was superstition. I just believed. I'm not one for like superstitions, but I just felt like we were going to win it. And even when it got down to the wire or the Super Over, I still believed that we were going to win the game. So I felt like I was just enjoying it. I wanted to watch. I felt like something special was going to happen. I'm not sure what was going to be, but whoever went out in after me, they were still capable of hitting a 6, hitting a 4, and still winning the game down to number 11. So if I got out, I thought someone else could have put the ball over the line.
Quality. What a day. Now, Ned Holmes has asked on the live stream, what are your top 5 favourite grounds and players? I'm assuming he means players you've played with. So top 5 grounds, top 5 players, what are they?
Top 5 grounds, not in any order.
No, not in any order. Go for it.
Let me think. Lords. Lords is obviously a great place. I like SCG because I remember I had it's for me going back when I've done all right. I've had a good game. So SCG when we won the series against Australia, New Zealand way back when. Cape Town's amazing. The Oval. And not many people do like it, but it's where I first started. I like the Riverside.
Yeah.
Chesley Street. As the northern people are friendly, and it's just so many memories growing up there and playing Durham Academy. In terms of players, that's a tough one. Sean Pollock was one of my idols growing up, and I got to play with him for the Dolphins and for Durham.
Of course.
It's so hard to play with so many good players. I'm just thinking, who was your idol?
Who did you look up to?
No one. There's not one person, but like Jack Callis and stuff, because I consider myself more as a batter growing up. So it was like Jack Callis. I love Sean Pollock, class players, and then the West Indies boys like Curtly Ambrose, Courtney Walsh.
Yeah.
Like there was so many people that I tried to be in the garden, whatever. But Stephen Harmison, class. He's such a good bloke as well. Watching him playing in a few games with him early in my career, then watch him go on to be like an England legend when he took that 7 for 12, and he's probably in terms of intimidation, being a leg slip, leg gully for him.
Yeah,
that was something special. Him and Shoaib Akhtar at each end at the Riverside, that was something special for sure. But you got like KP, Cookie, and stuff. There's so many; it's so hard to name.
Yeah,
I'd have to really sit down and go through who I've played with. But then you got the new sort of generation of the J. Roys and people, all that kind of stuff, white ball, red ball. So it's quite hard to pick out.
It's crazy how much the game's changed since you've been playing, isn't it? From the first tour you were on to tours now, must be so different.
Yeah, as I said, there's even like when you do bowl a good wide Yorker and 90 clicks and someone reverse sweeps you out the ground. Didn't happen back in the day, but it's such a good for the game, isn't it? People want to see that. The more boundaries possible, people love it. So
absolutely. So we've got a question here from BK. He said there was lots of talk regarding everyone's role in the Morgan World Cup team. As an integral part in the latter stages, how did you find his captaincy style in those games? Did it help execute yourself, your peak performance?
I feel like Morgs was always level. No matter what the situation, no matter what the game, you could always turn to him and he'd be cool. He would speak to you. He would slow down if it was rushed. But yeah, I felt it could have been a World Cup final. It could have been a friendly game. He always felt the same to me. And he always backed you mid on, mid off. He'd run to you and he says, this is what you're good at. You know what you need to do. And then he was always the same. But yeah, he was great. He's one of the best captains I've played with or maybe the best captain I've played under for sure.
Yeah, great. Good to hear. And so, on a slightly different note, Michelle has then asked, please can you ask Liam how he's coped with being the best bowler in the one-day team? I think she likes you. And how you've not featured since, how that's gone on, how you felt.
I appreciate the compliment. That's very nice. It's disappointing. It is disappointing because I feel like I could still perform. I think I've spoke about this previous. It's the way sort of it was handled. It was sort of like the World Cup was done and then you were flicked a bit. But yeah, I've got nothing against the players. I want the players to do well. And as I said, at a time like this, it just puts things in perspective, right? It is what it is. All I can do is go back and hopefully we play some cricket. Hopefully I'll go out and perform for Surrey and whatever happens, happens. If not, if my last game for England was a World Cup final, then I'll take it.
Good. Well, not a bad place, eh? So Lisa Brink has asked, Liam, what's your favourite country that you've ever toured?
I think I love South Africa. Yeah.
Castle.
West Indies class, all the different islands. St. Kitts is a great spot. Just good memories, but South Africa, I just love it there. And obviously being with the Dolphins, and I've got some good friends there. And the first time going on safari, that kind of stuff, always watching that kind of stuff on TV. And South Africa, I love it.
Tour that's got everything, isn't it? We say it's like the tour that you can do everything. You've got good cricket, good food, good drink, good sights.
That's the thing, innit? Great beaches, and you got safaris, wineries, and
nightlife's not bad.
Amazing. What's that?
The nightlife's not bad either.
I wouldn't know, mate.
Now, Adam has asked, what's the best practical joke that or prank that you've seen in the dressing room?
There's probably more that I can't remember. I remember it was in Sharjah when James Taylor was waiting for his cricket kit. You might have seen this one when he was waiting for his cricket kit, and I think it was Jimmy and Woody. They took it all out and put kid stuff in. So when he got his box, he was so excited because sometimes when you're overseas, it takes ages to get a bat or to get your kit, and especially if you just broke one and you've got nothing left in your bag. And he was so excited to open it, and then it was like a little small bat with like mini pads and little gloves. That made us chuckle. That was funny.
Quality, very good. Now, Dave Weston's asked the best player that you've played with or against who never managed to play for England.
Ooh.
Good question, Dave.
Never managed to play for England. Thinking. Does he have to be English?
Yeah, you don't have to say Brooksy.
Brooksy. It could be Brooksy. Brooksy's definitely up there for that period. I think when I joined Yorkshire, he's been. I've seen some of the stats the other day. He's been one of the most successful wicket takers. Yeah. He used to get on the J train. He used to call it when he used to get one. He used to get like bang, bang, bang. He could get 5 for in 4 overs, and he helped win so many games for Yorkshire. He'd be definitely one. Brooksy would be. Just thinking the other people I've played with have been fortunate. A lot of the guys that went on and played for England. Yeah. Rushy's been a good baller up Durham. Took a lot of wickets. Didn't really get a nod in. So many people, like the guys that grew up with underneath me, because I'm obviously a bit older, like Woody and Stokesy, and all them went on and played for England. And same with Yorkshire when I joined that Yorkshire squad. Eliade, Brezzy, Ballon. So, I think Brooksy's going to be one of them.
Yeah, quality. He'll be glad to hear that as well. Now, so now we're in isolation. We're stuck here. We've asked this to everyone. Which 2 players would you most like to be isolating with, and why?
Which 2 players? Brooksy, because we're my best mates. I'll go. What does it have to be England players? Is that what they're saying?
No, I don't think so. Just an open question, I think.
I think it would be, Jack Brooks and retired player Andrew Hodd, played for Yorkshire, Sussex, Surrey. They were 2 of my best men at my wedding, so them 2 every day.
Quality. And on the contrary to that, who wouldn't you like to be isolating with?
Woody, definitely Woody.
You're not the first person to say that.
No, Woody'd be class. He'd be hilarious. He's non-stop. So, but no, Woody's a great lad. I'm not sure who'd that be.
Quality. Now, we are partnered with Opening Up, who are a cricket mental health charity, doing some great work and have been for many years now. They ask a couple of questions every week. The first one being, how do you aim and manage to look after your mental health, being a top-class performer?
Yeah, it actually a while ago now. I used to get anxiety really bad. I used to have panic attacks. I used to struggle to get on aeroplanes. I first had one getting on a flight. I was going to America, but it was I was actually going from Newcastle to London, Philly, and getting on that first flight. I remember I was just sat there and I went into sweats and stuff. I had to get off the flight, and that was the first time I got like a panic attack. And then from being like outgoing and speaking to people, all of a sudden I didn't want to leave the house, and so traveling became hard work.
Yeah,
and it was something I had to get over with, and it took a while. But in terms of just being like trying to live clean a little bit, like eating well, training well, but I did read a lot on the meditation side of things. Headspace helped me a lot. You've probably heard of the Headspace app.
Yeah.
I've done like bouts of like yoga where I'll do a 6-week, 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, and then I'll go off it. But it's a bit like practice, right? So you need, like when you're netting, you need to go back and do it. You can't just stop, otherwise it might creep back in. But I feel like when I've learned to live with it, and I feel like that's a part of me, and I try to avoid the situations like when I get anxiety. So what brings it on? So I'll just try and lay back off that. But the meditation helped me massively. As I said, I'll do like a couple of weeks on, and then if I feel like I'm in a good place, I might ease off, but I'll always keep topping up to make sure, as I said, I'm sort of full to the brim with it.
Brilliant. Great advice for any aspiring sportsman out there. Now, they've also asked the question, how and what have you done practically to deal with setbacks in your career?
I had a couple early on. Obviously, playing for Durham at a young age and things just excelled quickly. Started bowling quickly, ended up getting wickets and got picked up on the England squads early on, 19, 20. And I think I didn't really think too much of my action. It was all natural then. And when sort of things went wrong, then a massive step back. So I doubted my action and tried to change it, and people tried to change it. And I never, even when I wasn't getting picked regularly for Durham and I was in the second team and wasn't performing then, I always thought to myself, I'm going to play for England again.
Yeah.
Obviously, them self-doubts. Sorry, going back to Test cricket, I was going to sleep on a night time, like envisioning that I was going to bowl to like leg slip or to first slip, and it was like you're going to bed, you're meant to be playing for your country and so excited, and you panic that you're going to embarrass yourself on TV.
Wow.
So when I went back to Durham, and it took a few years. Probably I didn't look after myself as much as I wanted to. Always kept fit, but maybe lifestyle wasn't as good as it should have been. So you're always chasing your tail, really. Not consistent enough with the ball, and one of the moves, obviously the move to the Yorkshire was massive for me, and I think I sort of changed the way I went about things, the way like I ate and the way I trained, and sort of my lifestyle a little bit. And I sort of went from, all right, I'm going to be part of this 11 to actually I can help win a game. And I think Dizzy and Andrew Gale helped me with that. So I was trying to go into bed visioning I can get the last wicket or I can nick someone off, and that was the way I went about it.
Amazing.
And when I went back and played Test cricket again, that week was the best I've slept for such a long time.
Really?
I felt like, I just felt, I don't know, the pressure is released, and I've enjoyed it. If I just played this one Test match, I got brought back in when I was doing well for Yorkshire. If I just enjoy this Test match, and if I don't play again, at least I've made it to where I wanted to be, and I felt like I deserve to be here.
Quality, brilliant answer. And I know you mentioned Dizzy and Andrew Gale in that, Jason Gillespie. Yeah. Do you feel like those guys made a real impact on? I heard you talk about it before. They made a positive impact on your career quite greatly.
Dizzy's obviously been through it. I think he's had periods in his cricketing career where he's been up and down, but he was one of the quickest in the world when he played at that point. And I remember I went for the meeting. I met him and Martin Moxon. And I think one of the things later down the line I found out was I went to them and said, listen, I want to play for England again. And that was one of the reasons they said, we want you in this squad. And I remember I went, and I think in my first training, I probably hit the side net a few times. So obviously, you're a bit nervous. And I've not played all winter. And Dizzy was like, mate, you've got all winter to work on it. And I went to Australia to play Adelaide Uni, and it sort of clicked in, as I said, with the training, the lifestyle sort of thing, with bit of the meditation, and it all sort of clicked. And when I came back to Yorkshire, Dizzy, Gailey, Frog just backed me. Played a uni game, first game, took 6 for, like the pressure releases. And they just said to me, go out and ball quick. So that's all I did, and started bowling around the wicket, bounces and stuff for periods. First change in the county, I'd come around the wicket, bowling cross seam bounces. But that's what they used me for. They had a bowler who could bowl left arm. They hit a 2-pence in right side bottom. They had Brooksy who took wickets. President Patel contained, and then me, I came in, right, your job is to bowl quick, and I sort of fit in that team, and that's why it was successful.
Brilliant. Quality answer. Now, we've got a couple of questions that have come in on the live stream. Now, Liam, Samantha Edmonds has asked, Liam, what are your thoughts on the Mankad rule?
I think if people keep doing it, though, and you know it's some sort of cheating, if you're backing up, and you're backing up by a long way, I mean, sorry. It's not the group texting. If you're backing up by a long way, for me, I'd warn people, but each to their own. I've never thought about doing it, but
I think cricket fans have a different thought to cricket players. I think it's fair game, isn't it? Almost with players, isn't it?
Well, if someone keeps doing it and they're pinching it, it's not like they're like in a position where they can explode from and they crouch down and the bat's still in the crease and they can get like a power position and fly out. It's like if you're out by this much, it's like
Tell Joss that.
I don't know.
Now, another question from the stream. Thomas Haig has asked, favourite wicket that you took during the World Cup? What was it?
Probably Kane, World Cup final.
Yeah,
because I know
quite
how
a big
good
one.
Kane is. What's that?
Quite a big wicket, that.
Yeah, because I've played with Kane a lot, and I don't think I've ever got him out in the nets before as well. So it's he always leaves it, or he just plays it easy, drops it down on his toes. Even when you feel like you're bowling quick at him, he feels like you're bowling underarm. But to get that wicket helped change the momentum of the game, and it was obviously a big game. So you're definitely that one.
Brilliant. And you mentioned Kane Williamson. What a cricketer. You've played a lot with him at Yorkshire. In the World Cup final, I think he got a massive round of applause by everyone. But did you almost feel a little bit sorry for him? Did you have that friendly banter rivalry still going on?
Yeah, I mean, afterwards you do, because I guess if you're in that position, and they've been there before, right?
Yeah.
So it's obviously disappointing, but it's all how disappointed you're going to be disappointed for them, and you feel for them, but also you've just won the World Cup final, so it's you're not going to start getting your medal and throw it in his face. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that, but yeah, that's the game we play. You feel for them, but then you got to celebrate. But we had a drink with them, and a few of the New Zealand, well, most of the New Zealand boys are really good. I've played with quite a few of them in terms of Balti and Munro and people like that. They're good people, so.
Yeah, quality. And you've played with a lot of them in the IPL, haven't you? What are your thoughts on the IPL? Did you enjoy it as an experience? Did you find it challenging?
Yeah, it is tough. Obviously, the cricket's really tough. I started off well and had a couple of good games. And I think in terms of the franchise stuff as well, is people, like, it's in most aspects of life, when you're doing well, people love you. And when you have a crappy game, it's like, nah, you shouldn't be here, get him off. But it's, I think people do see it. No complaints. It's just like, so you don't really see too much because the game's finished and then you're in your team room, and whether you're trying to like unwind after the game, you're going to bed at 3 a.m, and then you're sort of getting up lunchtime. If it's your day off, you don't really get time to go out. You don't go out too much, and then it's like nighttime, so you don't see too much daylight, to be honest with you. So it's good to have a good bunch of people like we did with Jason Roy and Trent Boult, Munro, and Chris Morris was a good bunch of boys with obviously Ricky Ponting leading. So
quality. Now, Tiny Rich Nichols on the stream has asked, does your wife and family understand and like cricket?
Yeah, they do now.
Question.
It took a while, but yeah, my wife's really good actually. She's better explaining cricket to Americans than what I am. So maybe they can't understand me because I'm from Middlesbrough and all that kind of. But I remember we had a lunch in the States once, and I remember I was coming home a couple of days after, and we had fitness testings, like fat tests and stuff, and so around the table, it might be my wife's birthday or one of the girls' birthdays, and I think she offered me cake, and I refused it, and she was like, "Is that because you don't get too heavy for the horse?" So it's like a little bit, I'm not sure what's going on there. Like, first off, it must be a massive horse if I'm on it. Like,
yeah, fair play. Oh dear, quality. So, obviously, being the Barmy Army, we create songs. Now, someone has wrote in and asked, what was it like hearing your own song for the first time? Was it a good experience? Obviously, you were waiting quite a while for yours.
Yeah, I think there was one way back when as well, back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. First off, you're zoned into the game, especially if you're on the field. Obviously, you're zoned in the game, and then if you take a second and you're like, you can hear the words, you're like, oh, it's actually about me. That's cool. I mean, to get the recognition and people singing about you, it's brilliant. It gives you the buzz.
Quite right as well, eh? So we've got someone here that's asked, what's the fastest bowler that you've ever faced, or the fastest spell of bowling that you've ever faced as a batsman?
Be sure Bakhtar test debut. I think I was next in. I think he just got Giles out. It was like 97 miles an hour, and it was in Lahore. And the TV screen was right here, and I seen his paws get knocked over, and it came up that speed. And it was back in the day when the bats were like balsa wood, so it was like real thin. Well, not wave way back then, but it was pretty thin. And I remember going out to bat, and I think Collie was on maybe 70, and I was like, sometimes you go out and you say, is it quick? And you want them to say, it's not too bad, it's not quick as it looks. And he's like, yeah, it's effing rapid, mate. So I was like, yeah. It was one of them ones, though, it was, you see it and you could turn around and it was still travelling to the keeper, and then it was that was frightening. Sean Tate, but definitely Shoaib, because I played with Shoaib at Durham. So when he seen me before the game measuring my run up, he's like, how you doing? And he was like, I'm gonna effing kill you. So I was like, oh, brilliant, mate. But he laughed about it, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, all right.
Nice to see you too, mate.
Yeah.
Now, Dave from Northants, who's a proud Northants member by the looks of it, has asked, which players love their Barmy Army song the most? I think I know this one, but I'll let you tell them.
But would he?
Yeah, there we go.
I think everyone likes the songs. It's good to hear it, and as I said, it gives you a massive buzz. Whether you're doing well or in a test match, if you're away from home as well, especially, you know, it's a tough test. And then you hear the Barmy Army belt out a song. It gives you a massive buzz. It picks you up, and many a times you got the guys that buzz to get a wicket.
Yeah, absolutely, so true. We can see that when we're there, and we do try and give our best for everyone. But Chris Dixon has now asked, who's hit you for the biggest six in your career?
The biggest six? Probably Chris Gale, I should imagine. He's hit a few of them.
What's it like bowling at people like him?
I think, you know, with him, with some people, it's if you miss, it might go for six, but it's because his sixes are so big. And it doesn't look like he hits it. It's just like a little chip, little check for every other human. It's like a check for two, and his goes out of Grenada or out of St. Kitts. And yeah, but you just, I think when I first started, you got hit for six, it felt embarrassing, whereas now it just feels like more part of the game, part and parcel of the game. And yeah, people disappear, especially in 10-over cricket. If you had a rough day, you went for 70 or 80, like people don't bat an eyelid, like, oh, all right, mate, good luck next game. So, whereas it used to be, it's like, oh, that's horrendous.
Quality. Good to see. You've had a spell at Durham, Yorkshire and Surrey now. I suppose you probably never saw yourself travelling to 3 clubs. I know you've said that before, but how have you found the experiences from the top of the north, the middle but still north, and then down south? Is it a lot different in where you play your cricket, or does it seem to change where you travel?
It's obviously good to be down south now with a new club, and I guess way back when I thought it'd be interesting to play in London. Yeah. Obviously the capital and sort of the city vibe. You're playing against different teams. I didn't play against too much when I was younger. Yeah. But obviously Durham. I've had great memories at Durham, winning championships and one-day trophy, and then the same with Yorkshire. I've been fortunate to play with a group of good players and have a good culture. In terms of Surrey so far, last year I was obviously with England a lot, but the setup's been amazing. It's the closest you'll get to an international team, or even better than a lot of international teams in terms of what you get, the facilities, the staff. Yeah. Alex Stewart's been brilliant for me. And even obviously, you've been in the Oval plenty of times, but match days, are you going for breakfast, you get like your poached eggs and stuff. It's unbelievable. Just it's put on the plate for you. And something as a youngster, like, you shouldn't take for granted, because that doesn't happen at different counties, and other counties struggle. So it's amazing what you get then. I feel like at Surrey you get treated like a footballer, like a professional footballer, what's given to you. There's no complaints. So going back to the question, I've enjoyed everything so far, and I'm hoping obviously with Surrey, a new team, I can win a trophy with them, and the 3 teams and 3 trophies would be great. So you've got a place down in London as well as your home in Harrogate for when you're down in London? Or I live with, as I said, I wasn't there too much. I was with Morning Morkel last year. I got to know him really well in Wimbledon. But high ceilings in that house, yeah? What's that? You must have had high ceilings in that flat or house. I know. I literally just put a deposit on a place in London, and I was about to sign it, and 2 days before this all kicked off. So fortunate for me, like I wasn't going to be there, so I didn't have to pay that money. They were pretty good, and I maybe lost a tiny bit of money, which is disappointing. But I didn't lose 3 months rent or 2 months rent, whatever it's going to be. Yeah, very good. Good to hear. Now we've had a few more questions. We'll ask 4 or 5 more questions. Any other questions that you want to ask Liam, get them in now, and I'll get them in. But someone has asked on the live stream. Gary has asked on the live stream. Do you have any dressing room rituals? Myself, not really. No. Not superstitious man. No, I mean, I like to one-day cricket. I feel like I have to do something before I play, so to get me sort of charged up. So I always do a little tiny gym session before each game. A lot of the boys do that now, like a primer. Yeah. So I'll go in and maybe do some technique like cleans or snatches or med ball slams to get the body fired up. I feel like that gets me going, activates me. Sometimes, especially early mornings, you feel a bit lethargic, so I always like to get that. So I guess that's a ritual that maybe done the last couple of years.
Modern ritual. It's good. Good to hear. Now, Les has asked, what's the best ground for support in the UK?
Best. Playing for England, obviously you got to love Edgbaston. That's class.
Yeah, quality.
Massive crowds. To be fair, Yorkshire was really good playing there, and the Roses matches, and even for England. What's the stand? The East Stand, is it? At Yorkshire, which is a loud one.
Western Terrace.
The Western Terrace, sorry. That's lively, isn't it? Because a lot of the students and stuff. But in terms of volume and noise, but I guess you go back to Lords as well, because it's just like a quiet hum, isn't it? A few pops of the corks getting popped onto the ground. But the game against Australia at Edgbaston and India, yeah, they were loud. They were class.
Quality. Now, if you'd not been a professional cricketer, what do you think you would have been? S&C coach.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I would have tried to find something involved in sport. It's something I've always enjoyed since. I remember I went to Durham Academy when I was maybe 15, and I tried to do a beep test, and I think I got like 7 or something really bad. And I thought, if I'm going to do this properly, then I started running, doing press-ups and sit-ups every day, and then it's something I've always loved after since then.
Quality. Very good. And obviously, 300s in your career, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So you've played one very famous innings for England. Is that your favourite innings / favourite shot you've ever played?
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't it? That game, obviously, to get a tie and to then win them in the series quite comfortably. And obviously, Walksy was doing such a good job, and he battled through, and I think I just helped take the glory a little bit, but he'd done such a great job and stuff. And the ball before, we ran a 3, and it shouldn't have been a 2, I don't think. That messed up a little bit, but I guess if I do have my strength, it would be straight and sort of like to clear my leg and try to put my arms through it, and that's what he did. He missed. He'd been hitting them as well, so it just shows the pressure does get to the bowler.
And you hit it exactly where you wanted?
What's that?
And did you hit it exactly where you wanted to?
Yeah, of course I did, mate, yeah. My head was looking in cow, but my back went a bit off, so yeah.
Yeah,
like
nice and deceptive. Okay, so Julian Gibb has said, Liam, thanks so much for being a part of the World Cup winning team for 4 years. My wife doesn't understand my 40 years of ODI pain. What are your plans now for the next 5 years? I hope he's not a stalker, like wanting to know where you're going to be for the next 5 years, but I'm trust he's not.
As I said, I want to try and play for Surrey as long as I can. If a chance to play for England, if I come back and there's hopefully you play some cricket and you play the white ball cricket and you dominate, and all of a sudden it's like, well, we want him back in the team. But if not, try and play for Surrey, win as many trophies as I can. Meanwhile, as I'm doing now, as I spoke earlier, doing my S&C and personal training sort of stuff and cricket badges. But I think only I've spent on average 3 or 4 months a year with my wife. So I think my future is going to be in the States. Her family's there, and obviously home's where my wife is, and I love it there also. Hopefully we can get linked up with USA Cricket and help them, but if not, I can be involved in cricket somewhere. I'd like to give back, because I feel like as a cricketer, that's your whole life. You've got a degree in cricket, and you've got your doctorate in cricket. That's what we've been doing for how many years, so you feel you can give back. And playing in the big games like Test matches and the World Cup final, you can speak to people who it's the first time playing international cricket or county cricket, because you've been there, done that, and you can help them out.
Good man. We'll get you on a Barmy Army tour one day.
Perfect.
So the final question, we've asked this to everyone so far. We have to ask it again. Who, in your opinion, is the longest in the shower?
Longest in the shower? I'm going to go a guy who used to wear a box to field in and wear 2 boxes to bat in. Shiv Chandapal.
Quality. Liam, thank you so much from everyone at the Barmy Army, everyone that's commented on the live stream. Thanks for your questions in advance. Make sure you check out the podcast and everything else we're doing to try and keep all you cricket fans engaged and well up to speed with everything that's going on. But thanks to Liam. Thanks for your time. I'm going to finish the live stream.
Thanks, mate.